Real gantt is one of the scientific management theorists. His full name is Henry Lawrence Gantt. He was an American mechanical engineer and management consultant who is best known for his work in development of the scientific management. He created Gantt chart in the 1910. He born in United States, Harvard Country, Maryland, on 20 May 1861. He passed away in United States, New Jersey, Montclair, 23rd November 1919. His parents' name is Virgil Gantt, Mary Jane Gantt. In 1884, Gantt began working as a draughtsman at the iron foundry machine shop. Draughtsman means who drafts the documents. Paul Hunt in Baltimore in 1887, he joined Frederick W. Taylor in applying scientific management principles to the work at Midville Steel and Bethlehem Steel, working there with Taylor until 1893. In his later career as an industrial consultant and following the invention of the Gantt chart, he designed the task and the bonus system of the wage payment and additional measurement methods, worker efficiency and productivity. In 1908-1909, he undertook project at the Joseph Bancroft and Sons Company and Williams and Wilkins. In 1916, influenced by the Thorsten Veblen, Gang set up the new machine, an association with the sought to apply the criteria of the industrial efficiency to the political process. With the Marxist Walter Polakov, he led the breakaway from 1916 ASME conference to call for socializing industrial production under the control of the managers, incorporating Polakov's analysis of inefficiency in the industrial context. Henry Gantt is listed under Stevens Institute of Technology alumni, the American Society of the Mechanical Engineers, published his biography in 1934 and awards an annual medal in the honor of the Henry Lawrence Gantt. Henry Gantt legacy to project management is the following. The Gantt chart. Still accepted as an important management tool today, it provides a graphic schedule for planning and controlling of the work and recording progress towards the stages of a project. Chart has a modern variation. PERT, program evaluation and review technique. Industrial efficiency. Industrial efficiency can only be produced by the application of the scientific analysis to all aspects of the work in progress. Industrial management role is to improve the system by eliminating chance and accidents. The task and bonus system. He linked the bonus paid to managers to how well they taught their employees to improve performance. The social responsibility of the business. He believed that businesses have obligations to the welfare of the society in which they operate. Gantt created many different types of the charts. He designed his charts so that foremen or other supervisors could quickly know whether production was on schedule, ahead of schedule, or behind the schedule. Modern project management software includes this critical function. Gantt described two types of the balances. The man's record, which shows what each worker should do and did do, and daily balance of the work, which shows amount of the work is to be done and amount that is to be done. The Gantt gives the example of the orders that will require many days to complete. The daily balance has rows for each day and columns for the each part for each operation. At the top of the each column is the amount needed and amount entered in the appropriate cell is the number of the parts done each day and cumulative total of that part. Heavy horizontal lines indicate the starting date and the date that the order should be done. According to the Gantt, the graphical daily balance is the method of scheduling and recording work. In this 1903 article, Gantt also describes the use of production cards for assigning work to each operator and recording how much was done each day. Gantt chart and their modern equivalent. Program evaluation and review technique. PER technique. Charts are graphic management tools providing visual methods of scheduling both the time and resources for the work projects. Gantt chart management theory incorporates the record of the work that has been done, balanced with the work that still needs to be completed. According to Gantt theory, Gantt chart is a bar chart showing the progression of the time through phases of the project. Charts can be simple or complex depending on the needs of the project manager and the team. As you are deciding on how to manage project, consider the following. The management theory of the Henry Gantt dictates the use of both the resources and the time in evaluating projects. Considering this, how many people will be needed to complete the project? Henry Gantt scientific management is a theory that incorporates benchmarks in the project as a way to complete the project efficiently. What are the milestones and deadlines in your project? How much time is needed to meet each of the milestone deadlines? Contributions of the Henry Gantt to the scientific management. Henry Gantt, born in 1861 and 1919, was also an associate of the Taylor. He is probably best known for two key contributions to the classical management theory. One is Gantt chart, and then with task and bonus system. Gantt chart is a tool that provides visual, graphic representation of what occurs over the course of project. The focus of the chart is sequential performance of the tasks that make up a project. It identifies key tasks and assigns an estimated time to complete the task and determines the starting date for each element of the task. The Gantt differentiated between the terminal element that must be completed as a part of the longer task. Related terminal elements together created what he called the summary element. Here is the example of the Gantt chart. Task names are there A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and predecessors. And number of the days, duration they worked. Here is A, previously working from the one day before, and from that day, from Monday he started working. He worked 4 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Up to Thursday, this man worked. A and B task name. These two tasks are started simultaneously because both these tasks are independent. This is therefore indicated by the blue line. Then after Thursday, from Friday, another person, that C person, task name C starts. After finishing of that task, this task takes 5 days, 5 and some 1.5.17 days up to here. After finishing of that task, these are independent tasks. After finishing that task, this task is started. It takes 6.33 days, and after finishing of that task, this last task of task number 7 started. It is ended. It has taken for 5.71 days. This G task, and B task is independent of this red task. This blue task started, and when it ends, it has taken 5.33 days. After finishing of this task, simultaneously, one more worker he got, and that task started from Friday only. Before he finishes task, it is this task initiated because more number of people required to do that task to finish that, because the tasks are independent. No need to finish that task and start the another task. Independent. That's why this long time has taken 6.33 days has taken to finish this task. After this, this task is started and has taken 4 days to finish this task. This is how the Gantt chart is explained. Next, the Gantt chart has a multiple benefits for project management. It aids its breakdown of the task into specific elements. It allows for monitoring of the project timelines. It identifies which tasks are dependent upon the prior task or the element and which are independent and can be completed at any time. Let's apply the Gantt chart principles to simple project. Imagine that you want to paint a room. The summary element is the finished paint room. The individual terminal task might include calculating the square foot footage of the room, preparing the walls, choosing the paint, purchasing the paint, putting down the drop cloth, tapping the windows, applying the paint, and final cleanup. Some of these elements are independent, some are dependent upon the others. Purchasing the paint is dependent upon knowing the square footage and choosing the paint color. Say The owner of the house will choose the paint color. It depends on that. And when you get the house, then only you can purchase the paint. Purchasing of the paint is depending upon you get the job for painting the house. Then choosing of the paint color is depending on the owner's choice. Knowing the square footage, then only you can decide how much paint is required. In advance, you cannot buy the paint and keep. The workers who are working, they cannot keep. Before painting can start, the walls must be prepared. Once they saw the house and they uh, before purchasing the paint also they can start preparing the wall. If scratches are there, they use scrub paper and scratch the wall. But purchasing the paint is not dependent upon preparing the wall. They can without if purchasing of the paint is done in the evening, in the morning they can start the scrub paper by the scrub paper and preparing the wall for painting. They can do this task must be started at the same time. Gang also promoted the task and bonus plan that modified tailors a fair day's pay for fair day's work premise. Gantt wanted to establish a standard average time for piece of work or the task. Then if the worker took more that the standard time, his pay was docked. But if he took less time, he was paid for the additional pieces of the work and a bonus of up to 20% more, also known as the progressive rate system. This plan was preferred by workers who were willing to work harder for additional wages. End of this. Gantt.